It tells you something.
Yeah, well, he has to emphasize his talking points. But he got it right as far as I saw his talking point. There is pure incompetence in the way this administration and the Democrats at home, how they handle national security and the protection of the American people. It goes back before even the Ebola stuff. It goes back to the illegal aliens. It goes, with these kids that, not even kids, half of the people that were coming in weren't kids. They were teenagers and adults. And some of them could be terrorists down the line. Don't forget, they did find a lot of paraphernalia coming out of the Muslim or Islamic community.
Right.
Down in the deserts, including the Korans and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So there are Islamic terrorists in this country, thanks to open borders.
Right.
The open border policy is going to produce a panic of epic proportions based on medical disaster, such as D68 disease, the mystery disease that killed 2 kids, one in Rhode Island. And now you got the Ebola situation because they refuse to do hopeless things such as banning flights, which every other African nation did, plus 30 other nations, plus quarantine people that happen to go through different countries, but was in the West Africa area. So all they have to do is, all you have to do at the airports, not in this country, else in the other countries, is to, if you got a sticker or a passport stamped saying that you're in one of the affected countries, you got to go to a test and stay in the isolation area set up almost like a mini hotel for 21 days before you're able to fly on a plane to come to this country or any other country.
Right.
If you can do that, plus continue monitoring when you get in, not by yourself, but you go into an isolation chamber type of thing, set up almost like a hotel in this country for another 21 days, just to be on the safe side. Once you clear all that and still didn't get anything, then you're free to go.
Right.
This way, it's double protection, almost like Ellis Island. There was a story on Fox and Friends this morning that, remember yesterday, we were talking about Ellis Island. We should go back to an Ellis Island mentality,
right?
Where the immigrants come in and they stay in Ellis Island, where they get examined and everything else, and then when they pass all the testing and everything, and double check for the diseases at that time, then they were able to come into the country. Mm-hmm. We should do the same thing. Fox and Friends, we said that last night. Fox and Friends spent 15 minutes this morning discussing exactly what we said.
Within 5 minutes. I know we spent only 5 minutes on the program, and they spent 15 minutes on it. I mean,
yeah, they were talking. Or you have people talking about the possibility of we should go into that type of thing. And I started saying, hey, you know what? You must be listening to our show, because that's the second time this morning when they say a half hour that took one of our talking points.
Right.
So so we are breaking headlines. So that's what we need to do. And
we are the alternative. What news is? We are the alternative. News is.
Except for one, and he's the worst Democrat. And this guy, he has a nut job.
Right.
But he's the only Democrat that's asking for security. Is asking for the banning flights and the travel restrictions. And that guy's Alan Grayson.
Right.
The only guy that said it of all the Democrats, and that was it.
Remember, well, he also said, if he die quickly if he gets sick. That's what he said too.
That's true. But he's the only Democrat that actually came out and said we should come out and ban flights in those countries that have the affected Ebola diseases, and do quarantine and travel restrictions. And he said that about a month ago. He was the only Democrat, and all the Republicans with him said it. And Obama was still doing nothing. Debbie Wasserman Schultz stuck her nose up to nothing. She was asked the other day, "Do you think we should secure the borders and do travel restrictions and quarantines and ban flights from a affected area?" And she didn't
Yeah, they couldn't. I couldn't even answer it. I even tried calling their office today too, and they hung up. They hung up on me. They didn't even want to talk to me at all, off the air or on
Yeah,
the
we
air.
tried. We did one of the last shows that we did is we called directly into live on the radio, called into her show, and all we got was answering machines
Right.
in her office. All we got was answering machines. She didn't have to pick up, and we were going to talk to her live or somebody in the staff live on the
Right.
radio,
Right.
trying to get comments. She does not take. She very rarely come on to shows that give follow-up questions. That's why it was kind of strange when she came on on the Sunday show at Fox.
Right.
Because she doesn't usually do that, and she came out and said refused to actually support the bottle policy. She started to back up on it, and she can't because as the DNC chair, she has to support a bottle policy.
Well, she also said too. We can. She said we will. Here's what she said too. Wait a minute. Please let me say this.
Constituents are the bus 100% of the time.
You gotta let me say this. This is really important for me to get this out.